Alrighty, hello and good afternoon, and hello there, Mr. Procow. So, time to continue on to the final stretch of this whole thing. So right now, there's technically two castles. Right now I'm not running the timer just because I want to show the map. So we got this part, then we got down here to Heim, and then we got Hanging Gardens, and then we're done. So yeah, we're getting very close. Let's go recenter the camera, and there we go. So, 3, 2, 1... and go. So, Tower Castle, as I like to call it here, is one of those ones that can really chew up your team, unfortunately. Even though there's going to be a little bit of extra dialogue from Murden, I don't exactly want to risk going down with any less people than I should. Technically speaking, yes, I could have had a 12th member by this point, and that probably would have been pretty beneficial, but for now we're just rolling as we're rolling. These guys are already trained, and I didn't exactly want to be relying on anyone who isn't trained. Because, yeah, weapon proficiency is something that you really need to rely on this one. So what we're going to do, we're actually going to send all the heavies up to the right, all the sturdies up to the left. Basically, the idea is that you have to try and power through the right side as much as possible. The left one, they're going to get stuck, and they're going to get attacked a lot, and so that's why I'm sending all the sturdies up there. The nice thing is, if you send your heavies down that way, sometimes they'll get distracted and they'll go try to attack the opposite side instead, meaning that they can get in there and take care of their healers really easily. Now, unlike base game, you don't have to worry about knights coming in here and healing up anyone, really. So that ends up saving me a little bit of time. So we're going to go here. But yeah, so the green ones are archers, the light blues are healers, the dark blues and regular blues are knights and terror knights. And then the black ones are swordmasters, I think. Something like that. Something along the lines. And yeah, it's a no reset run, exactly. It is no chariot, no save, with a 1 vision rebalance. Now granted, this is with the current patch. I will be redoing this on later patches. I mean, hell, I'll be redoing this anyway, because this run's really fun. Yeah, and I'm assuming 9-hour run, give or take. Actually, it's probably going to be a bit longer than that. There's a few defeat all maps along the way. This is one of them, so you have to kill every single thing on here. The golems are ideally going to be left alone for now. I really don't like giving up my entire shield wall for that purpose. That's why Fulkert is actually going up the right. He's going to be bringing up the rear. Everyone's going to be item healing. He's going to be supporting as much as he can. The other 3 should be able to withstand that whole thing on the left. Basically, they've got 4 very good casters that typically rain missiles down on everybody. You don't want to leave your berserkers anywhere near that, because even with their improved resistances and stuff like that, it's just not going to end well for them. There's not really any space just yet to have Novas go do anything else. Actually, I don't want to send him here, I want to send him here. But yeah. Actually, we're going to leave Fulkert as kind of like a middle liner right here. It's going to be here. Let's get Murden probably here-ish. Just get a little bit of poke going, just so he can get his TP built up. Ideally, what you want to do with these golems is just get them trapped. Get them stunned, get them trapped, all that kind of thing. Shields do about 40, spears do about 60. Heavy weapons will do about 100, 150, give or take. Just for the sake of reference. I'm probably going to have to put a pause somewhere in this whole thing in order to go recharge my phone, because I forgot to put it on the charger again, like a doofus. Any dang ways, we're going to put Aegis up. Aegis will be enough to keep everybody alive. They shouldn't need to heal. Because again, all those knights are just sturdy as all hell. As far as heavy weapons are concerned, they have very few of those. Casters are going to be doing the majority of their damage, as will the golems. They have, I believe, that one guy on the right. Oh, hang on, let me mute it for a sec. Okay, sorry, I had to sneeze. Any dangways. So yeah, I think the one guy on the right is the only heavy weapon user they've got, so knights aren't in any danger. Not that they've really been in much danger throughout this entire run, but still. Anyway. There we go. They're gonna get a little bit distracted. This is one of the ways it could go. Sometimes they decide to go left and just try to kind of guard it out. Other times they'll try to run forward. So let's go take care of this guy. just enough for a last resort. I'm not going to go do any severely high damage pummeling for the time being because I can't really spare the health to do so. Actually, if this guy's out of the way, we might as well do a little bit of smacking on him. But yeah, these guys are just sturdy enough and just fast enough that trying to do any kind of fancy maneuvers will just result in getting killed, which is nice, you know? It's... okay, that is to say, it's not necessarily nice in that sense, but it's very nice that the Dark Knights are actually threatening in OB. That's definitely something they lacked in base game. Basically had everybody going on about them. Like, oh man, there's this big scary army over there. They're all uniformed and they've got units that all look identical. Man, it's all intimidating and everything, and then you actually fight them and they all go down in one hit. So aside from their commanders, they were functionally stormtroopers, so that wasn't exactly anything impressive. But yeah, so the knights ideally have to get up to that healer and stun them. Up until then, we aren't going to be making too much progress as far as killing stuff off. The golems are way too sturdy for that kind of business. Actually, we can trap this one right here. Save him for a little bit later. Let's get Sarah up there. As far as the casters, it's possible to deal with them, but not a whole lot for everybody else. Let's put early Aegis on you. I just want to make sure they all have it so that we're not running into any issues. The golems are slightly nerfed from their original version, but not that badly nerfed. Basically, they hit harder, but they're less accurate, let's put it that way. So it's less outright devastating, I suppose. Poke. Okay, those 25% really need to not be happening, please. Specifically, have everybody built to try to survive as long as we are getting 25% all the time. No. Alright. That's not super great. That's gonna get around that sidestep to some degree. Let's go this way. Hello there, Evan. Templars are blood sacrifices for Lotus's end goal. They were weak in OB64 too. Yeah. But they're also supposed to be at least somewhat trained, you know? It was weird that they were absolute... like, in OB64 they're weak, but they're still, like, pretty good. Like, they're still stronger than Knights. So, for example, if you look at like the whole thing where they're saying, like, oh yeah, so the Paladins are, like, super elites. You get the Knights that are just kind of like the average soldiers, and then their average soldiers are almost equivalent to Paladins, you know, then suddenly it's like, oh, you know, it's actually kind of impressive. You know, they've got a functionally slightly better army than everybody else, which is really all you technically need. But then when it comes to this one, like, you underestimate just how much they went down in one hit. Wait a minute, Evan, you played the base game version of this, right? I think I'm mixing you up with Earth Thunder for a sec, sorry. But yeah, no, they just went down like absolute chunks. Like, especially if you were going for an archer run, like it would literally just be one shot on everybody, except for the ones that are representative of knights. Those took two. So I mean, that's like what is that? What is that exactly? Yeah, sorry, Evan. I'm very good at forgetting things. It's my one like amazing hidden ability. I just don't remember anything. Alright, this dude's almost done. I'm gonna go ahead and double back and finish him off. Yeah, if you can get the golems done early, do it. It's because you haven't mentioned OB64, this is true. This is very true. Alright. Phalanx, there we go. I really should have dropped that on the other side of him. I don't know what I'm thinking. Oh well. As long as there's phalanxes, it's screwing up their movement. Basically, the thing is, no matter what they do, they will always try to take in movement, even if it doesn't make sense for them to do so, or unless they've been otherwise programmed to not do that. So if you can screw up their movement and make them run to a position where they can't do anything, they will pretty much accidentally screw themselves. Alright. So now let's get you up to the wall. This will get him out of the way of all those archers. He can go ahead and patch himself up a little bit. And there we are. So he's still regenerating. He should be able to survive at least a little bit, and we're okay for now. Perfect. Yeah, let's get him just out of range. Let's go ahead and stun this one. Leave him wide open for a finisher later. Let's get you up here to hopefully stab this one. Unfortunately for only some obstacles, you're not able to actually stab through them. I don't really know the logic behind not being able to stab through some of these things, because it's like there'll be a small shrub in the way. Like, oh man, you can't possibly stick a spear through this! And then in other cases, like, okay, there's a rock in the way, but that rock isn't quite tall enough to prevent you from hitting them otherwise. It's like, clearly they can hit them from this range, but like, no, you actually can't, because for some reason. Anyway, at this point, we're far enough along that I'm more comfortable using Blood Price. Just because it'll one-shot these casters, and that'll reduce some damage, which will therefore make everything safer. Which will mean we can continue on faster, and yeah. Those crossbows will continue doing their business. Ooh. Going for a Raging Pummel. Kinda looks cool. Go ahead and finish off this, or actually no, you can't finish him off, I need to remember to give Diebold some better skills. I'm not going to remember to give Diebold some better skills. Alright, let's go up here. Blood Price and heal. Just because it'll already top him off without needing to be completely all the way up there. Deal. For shield bash finish, and there you go, you're gone. Yeah, go ahead and get him healed up. We shouldn't need any more healing items, I hope. Unless they start mounting some massive counterattack, we should be okay. Fine, because yeah, in about 1 or 2 more turns, we can actually just afford to start losing units. And send Fulkert down here to help with carving up this rock boy. Yeah, you can go ahead and assist with that whole process too. Crit there would have been nice. Gonna save his TP for a finishing move, just because he can get up to the wall. Sometimes stuff will be hiding by the wall, and most finishers are not affected by verticality. Again, a nice little change from vanilla there, because in that one, pretty much all finishing moves were, like, it's weird. Some finishing moves weren't affected by verticality, so like, for example, Brimstone Hail inexplicably can just go through walls, hit anything, do anything, whatever it wants. Then you get something like the way crappier move after it, the Binding Shot, and it's like, suddenly they care about the fact that it's going to hit something in the way. So suddenly it's absolute garbage because it's going to miss off of everything, and then you get your rapid fire move. That one I can understand, it's super overpowered, but still. Okay, doing a good job defending everything here. Let's go ahead and go for the stun. That'll be fine. I probably should have put an Aegis up, but whatever. Right, Sabrine's gonna just... Oh, crap. She was supposed to just barely survive that. That's fine. We've already won this. Beef Boy is going to be a matter of just kind of holding everything together until they finally decide to attack. But we'll get to that when we get to it. Point being, the next couple fights are basically curb stomp fights. So you just got to hit one guy and you're done. Right, finish off that one. That one was a girl, apparently. How about that? Lost that built-up finisher. Might as well just use a basic healing leaf, and she'll go ahead and handle the archers next time. Healing leaves aren't going to matter too much for the rest of the run, but I am going to stock up like crazy on items before we get into full-on endgame. Volkert's needed to finish off that one, but not for anyone else. Their healer is, for all intents and purposes, completely overwhelmed by now. Since there's only one of them, they can really only do so much. Basically, any fight that only has one healer, you're perfectly fine. If you're wondering why the hell it is that the Denim never seems to get stunned, it's actually the one thing he kind of sort of has immunity to. Actually, wait, he can't get into position, and Hammer will be able to finish, or rather, Diebold will be able to finish him off next time. So we're going to move this way, we'll attack this one. Try to go for a double stab. Come on, double stab finish. Weird dodge. Okay. That's fine. Ooh. Let's get you over here, finish off this caster. Actually, can you just Thunder Beast them? Yeah, there we go. Just do that. Might as well just do that. Right, over this boy. Done. One thing that always throws me off about the Spatum is because I always expect it to be, expect to go upgrade that thing to the Scorpion and get my, my Poison proc on the Spear. Ooh, yeah, Poison Spears. I think like Poison Spears and almost any game are my favorite thing. Like, I can't think of one game where there was a Poison Spear and it just wasn't my favorite, whether it was good or bad. Like, for example, in RuneScape, they're kind of garbage, but yeah, they do one more damage with their poison. That's sure worth a weapon that can't penetrate any armor whatsoever for some reason. Yeah, I don't know why so many games think spears can't punch through armor. Actually, it seems to be a weird fantasy trope in general, that they're like, oh man, spears can't do anything, you know, this thing that you get a whole ton of leverage with? No, swords, that'll somehow do it. Yeah. It's life, I guess. I saw one guy, I kid you not, this whole, like, he was mad at, I forget what exactly he was mad at now that I think about it. He was like, oh man, no, you know, there's no way that hammers would do anything against, like, plate or whatever, you know, because, like, it's all dull, and you need something sharp to go, like, between the plates, but if you do a hammer, it'll just bounce off. No. Have you seen somebody in a car crash? That's basically the same situation. It's just a big old percussive force on a big old thing of metal. So, either way, it's kind of funny. Not sure why they went for that shot right there when they could have finished off Denim, though I guess that kind of doesn't seem like much damage to them. Not gonna complain. Volkert, please go assist your leader. I need to preserve my items, so I'm just gonna go for a regen. See, which is odd because spears were used in a lot of areas of the world. Yeah, they were like the go-to starter weapon for the entire Earth and really effective. That's the weird part. Like, they were very notedly effective all over the place. It's like, it's not like any country didn't know this. And like in Europe, they obviously, you know, start off with lighter spears, and then they got super fancy with them. Over in Japan, for whatever reason, like, spears were the go-to samurai thing. Like, spears and bows, that was their stuff all the time, and now they're only known for their sidearms. Like, same thing with knights. It's like they're going in with pole axes and halberds. Well, I guess halberds were more of a general infantryman type situation, but still, like, you know, pole axes, war hammers, all that kind of thing. They're like, no, they used only swords all the time. We're a weird species. Actually, speaking of weird species type stuff, so the other day, I saw somebody post something on Reddit. It was like, that apparently was like a Trump joke, I guess. They're like, oh man, you know, look at this, we needed to build this wall, and it was this thing from Armored Core that's this gigantic mobile wall. That's called the Great Wall, and it's literally just like a giant train, like with a bunch of gun turrets and walls and everything else. it just travels along the desert, and it's their this company's mobile headquarters. And somebody's like, "Oh man, so we should go make a petition to see if we can go get him to try and start building this thing." And I had to go reply to the thing because it's like, you know what? He might. Maybe we shouldn't go and tempt swatting that beehive right there. But yeah, if you've ever played Armored Core 4 Answer, yeah, just the Great Wall is a weird thing. Actually, it's one of the more interesting boss fights, I think. Oof, man, that guy he's got no resistance to stab. It looks like. Anyways, yeah, yeah, they've got leaden, so they can't go assist. It's kind of annoying. But yeah, it's really cool. So you've got this gigantic like train wall type situation, and that's all. That's already cool enough. But then on top of that, if you go back and do it on hard mode, there's a guy that's kind of like the leader of their corporation, and he'll just come out in his mech and just like sit there in the back of this train, and you're just flying along, just like going friggin' like 800 miles an hour, trying to catch up to this thing. Meanwhile, this guy in a tank is just like firing massive, exploding like cannon rounds at you. It just looks so cool. And then yeah, he gets all upset that he stuck his neck out when you inevitably win. It's not exactly a difficult fight. It's a really cool one. I think just like everything about 4 Answer was just the coolest. It's just such a good game. So yeah, if the guy that was asking whether I would recommend Verdict Day or 4 Answer is here, yeah, definitely 4 Answer. That game is just really cool. I'm actually a little bit surprised that they don't try to get more attention for it these days, or try to do anything more specifically using that game. Because of all the entries in the series, like that was the one that easily gave the best impression. It's like it looked really pretty, all the missions flowed super well, and a lot of the builds that you could do were really crazy. And yet they still keep trying to do new stuff. It's like you had a bunch of successful games, well-made games, let's say. And they always want to try to do something new, which is not necessarily working out for them. Okay, I need to do a quick thing. I need Rampart 2. Actually, can you guys afford Rampart 3 yet? No, that's a 25. Okay. I would get parry, but right now it's just not worth it. Ah, crap. Where the hell did it go? Try and do speedrun, spend for... Oh, because you're a berserker. Dirt. Way to go, genius. Way to go, genius. Fantastic. 10 out of 10. World record time guaranteed. Which is actually technically kind of sort of guaranteed if this run succeeds. That's always nice. Okay. Get that for you. You should be able to get counter hit too as well. Or not. Whatever. Now, Rampart 2 will essentially double the range of their phalanxes. So basically that means if they put down a little blocking shield thing, yeah, that thing's gonna block units for 2 tiles outwards, meaning it only takes a couple of them to really mess up movement. Alright. And this guy, well, this fight's weird. We're gonna just back everybody up against this wall. Slowly but surely, they are going to trickle downwards. You never, ever want to charge these guys. Basically, you want to go back here and just kind of build up speed. As weird as that sounds. So, just like all the other Dark Knights, he can be baited out because he absolutely loves to use big AoE moves. Now, even if he does 1 damage, he'll still go for his meteor strikes. So, what he'll do, he'll keep charging down. At first, he'll pretend not to. At the first couple rounds, he will just take 1 step. Pretty much no matter what you do, I believe he's set to try and stay in the middle of his party, whereas his front line is set to constantly charge forward. Meaning you're dealing with 2 Terror Knights and 2 Knights that are coming up to you. I always forget if the Dark Ones are Terror Knights or Sword Masters. Either way, one of those things. So what we do is we back up and we just sit and we wait. Because they will move forward, which causes him to move forward because he is, again, trickling towards the middle on average. And then we just set up a nice little wall here for him to want to come and, hit with some meteors, even if it's only going to do no damage. This guy, more than almost any of the others, you need to take out in, well, this guy and I guess, then again, friggin' all the Dark Knights apply to this. If you can't take them out in one attack, like just one coordinated attack by everybody, don't even try attacking them. Because all of them are okay, those are definitely Terror Knights. All of them are set up in such a way to where they will, just basically, if they get their finisher move, they will ruin you. Like you saw with the Oz fight, all it took was a couple uses of his finishing move to pretty much rip the party in half. And that was with pretty good everything going on. Alright, so we're gonna jump out and deal with this first one. Just kind of deal with these guys as they trickle in. Save all your TP to be able to beat them down. So just basic attacks are fine. Just keep Knopas being all quick back here for the finishers. There we go. Yeah, never, unless he's within range and you can get like 4 Berserkers on him, never stray too far. And that's not what I meant to do. Crap. Whatever. So you charge them and beat the hell out of Barbas. Lost some people, but it was glorious. Yeah, it depends on your movement. The problem is that you can get halfway up and then they can hit you with leaden. So basically, all the archers, as soon as they've got their TP up, they're gonna have just the weighted shot type move. So that'll completely ruin them. All of the Terror Knights have leaden on them, and if you get leaden, say you're halfway between any of these tiles, or if you're in tar, you just won't be able to move. You're just stuck. So one thing I kind of hope for when Rakes redoes all the formations and everything, I hope he actually adds more units with leaden, because that's just a really cool trick that they do. And there we go. There he goes for his meteor strikes. Sweet 1 damage you got there, buddy. Now that. Let's go ahead and deal with this one. The more that you kill off, the faster they're going to trickle down. Just stick to basic healing items for this one. Need to make sure we don't run out of anything for the Lance fight. And yeah, once both Swordmasters are injured or dead, they will send the standard Knights down. A lot more difficult to deal with them, but whatever, they can be dealt with. Finish off with Sonic Blade. And go ahead and back off and recharge. I'm gonna allow one use of a seed here just because we can have her ready to do a kill move. You keep doing your plinky bow damage. You've got plenty of armor to take it. Again, this was covered earlier, but if you're ever wondering how the hell it is that we're just basically glancing off bow hits like this, medium armor and helmets. And, well, medium armor and helmet for denim. And there's 2 rings of vigor that you get guaranteed on this run. Those are put on the 2 other berserkers. So yeah, you basically have berserkers that are able to withstand a good bit of punishment. Now, after this point, Hanging Gardens is a completely different animal. So you definitely need to upgrade to final tier stuff after this. We can't do any kind of elemental bonuses, but still. what we have, generally speaking, like Damask vests and the improved Damask vests are definitely going to be needed. What else? Just basically Damask everything. It's like the slightly better armor makes a massive difference. So there we go. One more turn and he's going to be down upon us. So we're going to go back here. Use a leaf. And we should be good to go. Just noticed I forgot to do the split as per usual. Put on Hupungo. He's still relatively weak to magic, so that should be fine. Ooh, one more heavy hitter back here. Give Mern a little bit of healing. Now, by this point, everybody should be sturdy enough to just take this. Probably, if we try to do this run with lighter classes, this is the point when they would start falling apart because the Dark Knights have massive area control. Now, when I'm saying area control, I mostly just mean like they can put out a lot of damage in a lot of different places at once, meaning that you kind of need sturdy units to be able to actually hold any ground of your own. So where's that? Let's get some coffee over here. Man, that's average tasting. Come on, Barbas. The nice thing is that he typically speeds himself up, or he typically gets sped up right off the bat. So he tends to come down all quick like. Alright, come on down, Barbas. It's go time. See? This is why the Berserkers are all in the back. He's looking at that, he's like, oh man, there's a nice healthy square. Or, kind of T-shaped thing with a ton of damage on it. Alright, so go over here. Get ready with the pokes. If the first attack fails, you're screwed. Because he will wipe your team. Sometimes there will be a healer that runs up, like right now he has one healer on him. Hopefully, we don't end up... Let's see, how much time do we have until they act? We've got plenty of time. We are all right. In fact, I kind of want to bring Canopus up. Okay. Tyrant's Fist. Yeah, if you've got a Tyrant's Fist, save that for last, ideally. Fantastic. Definitely like to see those moves missing. I might be able to move, use Murden to move Voltaire out of the way. 173, 112. We're not getting Murden in time. Okay. Go for the Thunder Beast. Set up for a follow-up, in case it's needed. The reason I went for Thunder Beast there, it was 50 less damage, but potentially might be the thing that saves this. Okay, 150. Yeah, the others should be able to finish this off, I hope. Yeah, or not. I forgot, we don't have to kill him, we just have to get him down to critical. So yeah, his finishing move, I believe it's I believe it's Shackle. A big AoE, like 90% of their health and Shackle. So they're just screwed. Skill-wise, we should be good. Alright, let's do this. So this is lands. Depending on how he spawns in, our strategy is going to change, so I'm going to start this off by taking a look at his character sheet. Now, yeah, if you said that you were willing to kill your sister earlier, you're going to have a couple extra Dark Knights, but you're not going to have cash roll. Alright, first off, let's go here. Where's Eyepatch? Okay, good. Alright, we got the good spawn. So, he has two different spawns that he can do. He can spawn with one-headed swords, which means that he'll come in with his special move. So he'll actually bring in Atropos from Knight of Lotus. He doesn't have that in base game, by the way. In base game, he just has normal finishing moves with one extra, which is Armageddon. And it's just basically a move that takes off one of your character's lives, which is really kind of just stupid. But yeah, in this one he's given Atropos, which I think is, I want to say it's like in Venom and 90% of their... It's not actually hard locked to 90%, by the way. It's just usually about 90% of whatever they're hitting, even tanks. Okay, sorry. A little bit of a time delay there. Had to go yell at a puppy. Okay. Alright, so get him over here. Get our heavy hitters over mostly to the side. What we want to do is set up a sort of back circle formation with the heavy hitters. The knights need to move forward, create like a sort of little choke area. At which point, yeah, there's a little block back here. The knights need to create a little funnel for them to go through, and then they come in one at a time, just basically get beat down, and you go from there. Meanwhile, while all this is going on, Mr. Dude Guy over here is going to flap his way up to the top and start dealing with the archers. That will allow for distracting the healers, who will then hopefully stop healing the front line long enough to be able to actually break through. Because if you don't have Cashway here, again, you have 2 healers to deal with as opposed to 1. So it makes it a little bit harder in that way, but it also makes it a little bit easier, and you don't have her in this fight. It's not like she makes it that much different, but she's got the option to attack as well as heal, and she's got a tendency to hit real hard, so that's always fun. Plus side, though, if you went for a, like for example, if you recruited Tammuz, that would be a perfect opportunity to take one extra fight, recruit Tammuz, turn him into like a flying juggernaut or something, and then go take out Casual while everything else is going on. In fact, you know what? For the sake of expediency, it almost makes sense to save Tammuz for that reason. Because a flying juggernaut would be really useful during this run. Because they're pretty fast. They've got heavy armor. They've got heavy weapons. Might be something to consider. Good. Perfect! Man, that could not be better. Okay, so we got this little gap here. We can store our heavy hitters in this little gap. That's handy for now. Got a follow on Berserk. Perfect. That's already 2 gone right off the bat. Just move you up about there, move you about here, so you can really start pressuring them. In fact, you might be able to make this shot. That might even be better. Put on Wapongo, because he'll mostly not be targeted by casters early. Okay. Nice. Oh, a nice thing I probably should have mentioned also, that spawn I was talking about with 1- and 2-handed weapons, it's actually a bug from the vanilla game. It's kind of unclear like whether they were just severely underslept or something, but yeah, they basically just give him the option to spawn with 2-handed swords, even though he has no 2-handed swords in the items that he can spawn with. So yeah, he has a skill that he physically cannot use, and he has no skill for the weapons that he does have. And yes, that means no finishers, that means he can only use his support abilities, which also means that instead of having rank 6 1-handed swords like he's supposed to, that is 30% less damage and evasion for him on top of everything else. As far as what decides whether he spawns with it, it seems to just be random. It seems like about half the time he'll, actually no, it's about, I would say maybe 60-70% of the time that he actually spawns in bug. But he can spawn in with his proper equipment, in which case this fight becomes a hell of a lot harder. And that's why I want to get rid of Sword Masters right there, because they can do a pretty big area heal now. Previously they had a big area heal, but it sucked. Now it doesn't suck anymore. Yay. Okay, last resort. Probably should have gone for a blood price smash there. Trying to play it safe. I'm a little bit surprised that they're letting me get away with so much of this. So he'll just keep going for Judgment. He's still a pretty good caster, but it's not nearly as scary as friggin' Atropos. Kinda wish that there was the same old, like, blue dragon effect, but unfortunately no such luck. Okay, you should be able to go smash that guy. Blood price. And yeah, since he's a Swordmaster, yeah, we got a insta-kill on him. Basically, anything that isn't a Knight or a Terror Knight will typically fall pretty easily in the late game to that ability. Or to that combination. We can go ahead and shackle one of them, or just get rid of this one, actually. A disabled unit is typically better to have around than a dead one, but in this case, whatever. Good enough. Let's go stun him. Crap. I meant to put Aegis on the forward Berserker. They might die now. We'll see. It's fine. I need to use the next round here to try and reform a little bit. Alright, Tyrant's Fist on this guy, that'll get rid of his finisher. This is another big case to make for hammers versus two-handers. I just figured that early game accuracy really carries them through, not to mention both Sonic Sonic thing and this are just very effective. Stab. With the Aegis. Just trying to figure out my tiles there. And in fact, at this point, I can probably go for a bit of a snipe. Yeah, not good enough for the snipe. Okay. Go snipe here. And he can turn on Alcolas at this point. Give himself some resiliency. Basically got infinite Canopus mode. Jump smash! Okay, we got Guardian Force, so we can now smash to our heart's content. Man, that sounds, as per usual, dirtier than it's intended to be. Good. You just keep doing your AoEs. It's perfectly fine. Right, this is going to be their big counterattack. I'm less than impressed. Yeah, I need to go update the guide that blood price is actually affected by Guardian Force. Again, I don't think it's actually intended, but that's awesome that it is, that it works that way. I'm almost tempted to see if Rakes doesn't notice, and maybe not even mention it, and just kind of like slowly slip it into the guide, like, oh yeah, it's just totally here and intended, please don't change it. That already happened earlier with several other abilities that were really overpowered, but then he had to go rebalance them because I was doing testing runs, and he's like, yeah, no, you can completely abuse the hell out of this. Like, I think AoE Tyrannico was one of them, Rally was another one, what was the other one? I forget. Oh, I think bombs were the other one. Because for one run I was just going around bombing everything. Yeah. There's stuff that can be abused, it's great. Far less than in base game, and far more entertaining for that matter. Alright. Go for a smash on the helo, please. That stun. Just slightly off of being able to get the kill there. If she had slightly higher HP, that would help. Get you squished. Alright. That's fine there, and then give me that second Berserk to go hammer it home with this guy. Okay, exactly enough damage. Man, that lined up perfectly. So at this point, they've only got one healer. We can easily just out DPS them. Yeah, we're just gonna leave that there. Trying to see if I'm missing something. I usually am. 9 times out of 10, also known as 100% of the time, I'm probably missing something. Spatum! Yeah, so he gets a 100% chance. That guy can't even hit us. I'll just leave him right there. Give these guys a little something else to think about. That might kill one of them. Yeah, it's almost checkmate time. What's funny is that they take full reflect damage from their attack, but they don't actually they don't get their full hit in. It's like, for example, right there, he was supposed to hit for 110 by the looks of it, but he only got about a 50 plus 11 in there. It's good stuff. Unnecessary counter stab. Okay. It's bringing back up. So, by the way, if we, by some weird fluke, don't actually make it to the end here today, I'm just going to finish up tomorrow morning. Like, I figured that was probably a given, but kind of expecting it to be that way. Like, I'm pretty sure we're going to get through both castles, no problem. It's just finishing off Hanging Gardens. Because you basically got to go all the way up, and then you got to go all the way down. It's 5 fights, 4 of which are defeat all. So that can take a little bit more time sometimes. Most of the upcoming ones are just defeat leader. And there we go. They're in a full retreat now. About time to take a sip. Poor guy. Like, man, I forgot how to use my weapon today. It's a real unfortunate time. Should just be one more stab here if I was lucky. Or one finisher, actually. There we go, that should do it. Should be just enough to knock him down the critical. Yeah, there we go. Goodbye. Oh, come on. Goodbye. Thank you. Okay, so Cashwa stabbed herself, like a smart person. But, of course, you know, she's got the instant kill knife of plot lethality. Alright, so... Oh, crap, I needed to go update my equipment. Whatever. Good enough. Moving on. Let's see, can you run to the door in some maps and hang gardens instead of fighting everyone? Yes. I believe it's map 6 and map 10 that you can do that. Okay, so Stenoska... this guy can be difficult. Just because he's octopi. As long as we can beat them quickly, we should be alright. The problem is I forgot to go pick up items. Because I need to make one more shopping trip there. So we're going to do the same rule with these octopi. Basically not bother to attack them up until we know that we can get a finisher. Or up until we know that we can finish them all. So I'd like to have everyone in place. Use all the berserkers using blood price smashes. And yeah, once they're out of the way, we should be able to be completely clear to walk all the way through the water. Just hit Stanoska a couple times and then we're done here. Hey Earth Thunder, how's it going? Going alright. I wasn't exactly expecting to get this far on a first attempt. So yeah, we're, well, I mean, I guess technically first stream attempt. And I guess technically it would be a third attempt because of weird shenanigans, but whatever. First serious attempt. So interesting thing is, yeah, back here, these knights can't do anything. They actually cannot function whatsoever for more than half the map. So what we're going to do here is, yeah, blood price smashes on all those. That guy should be primed for a finisher. Blood price. Bam. I'll remember to actually use the ability this time. Dive will finish him off. And one that ran away. Blood price! Sonic Blade is awesome. Whatever. Enough Sonic noises. Okay, you're gonna have to do it as well. That's both Octopi dead before anything else. Which leaves him wide open, because these guys are their main area control squad here. So, no big problems. And then we'll just have the Knights heal them up, give them Aegis, and then they'll be good to go from there on out. There should be nothing else to stand in their way. Last guy shouldn't have an ETP built up, so we'll be good to go. But yeah, so far, yeah, this run's going pretty solid. I'm legitimately expecting to be able to get all the way up to Nergallo at this rate. Because we've basically completely blitzed through everything else. Okay, I'm going to put Canopas down here. Just so I wanted him out of the way for the first round. Second round I want him here. Please hit this. Crap. Fine, whatever. Go ahead and heal these guys up. I have no way to heal up Denim, unfortunately. Unless I knock somebody into the water? No. Okay, use a Ginseng. Just go toss an Aegis on him at the very least. So he's probably stuck to basic attacks for the rest of the fight. No, but he's got just enough left in him for one more free attack. Alright, Stanoska's blocked again, that's not good. Octopus moved himself out of the way, perfect. Ooh. Yeah, they've got siege bows already. Miss. Good. Please hit him. Excellent. Oh, you doofus! You just played yourself. Okay, then. Well, in that case, yeah, there you go. We have 3 Berserkers, actually 4, in place to just go finish him. So these 3 lizards are going to do whatever they want to do. Then we're going to be done here. Oh, by the way, Earth Thunder, you weren't here when I mentioned this earlier. That whole level 10 thing, it turns out, yeah, no, not the case. I rewatched that run, reread the old guides for the original speedrun, and yeah, no, it's not... There was no level 10 strat, as far as I could tell. It basically was going all the way up to level 34, and then just Paradigm Shift and Archers all the way through. So that's what the deal was there. Okay, Sonic Blade, and done. Okay, for this guy. Okay, so we're up to 25, getting a little bit risky on the levels. Just gonna do shopping at Orem. Hanzo shows up here if you don't fight him in the other map. So same rule with this guy. You just want to be able to use Canopus for distraction. 2 Berserkers right next to him to actually finish him off. He tends to come down on his own pretty well. We need to get the cockatrices out of the way because they can potentially ruin things. The Dragoons aren't too terribly scary here, but yeah. We're going to have problems if we don't get those cockatrices out of the way. Typically they will get their TP built up just for counterattacks, so I want to make sure to get that done. Don't expect the Knights to function too much in this one, they're just here for support. Just gotta run up and hit that guy. He's pretty squishy, but he's also got 2 healers. That's why you've got to have them all running. Just make sure to take identical moves if you're doing this part, or at least semi-identical. Like if you have 2 guys that you want to have actions at the same time, just have them move the same distance. If one moved and attacked, have them both move and attack. Right. So interesting little trick here. Kill moves do not, or finishers rather, do not. Well, first off. Oh, that's just out of elevation range. Actually, I think they're limited to 8 or so. Anyway, I'm going to go ahead and charge them up then. With some of them, you can get infinite verticality. I'm actually a little bit surprised. I thought Sonic Blade was one of them. I could have sworn I tested that before, actually. I might be thinking of Driving Cut, actually. Anyway, so yeah. Stick Birdie up here. One guy over here to go deal with the stuff that comes down there. Cockatrices are going to pretty much land right in the middle of everybody. Ideally, Canopus will just be able to sit and dodge the entire time. If you lose a life here, that's fine. Like, anybody that comes down and starts building up TP, just take care of them. And by take care of them, I mean give them a scutum to the face. There we go, they're stunned. No Aegis ready, though. Go ahead and spear that guy. Give him an Aegis. And we're good to go. Let's put you here, let's put you here. With a double stab. Give me my double stab. Double stab seems inconsistent. Not sure why. Ooh, why is that stuttering? I just noticed that it's stuttering a little bit. Has that been stuttering this entire time? Crap. Okay, that is the worst. Somehow he managed to get hit by everything that came his way, despite his ridiculously high evasion. Alright, that's fine. We're still in this. This might just have to be a little bit dirtier than I wanted. Okay. Blood price. Deal with Cockatrice 1. Gone. These guys are just squishy enough that Blood Price can potentially finish them off when it's fully charged. Just shy. Again, it can. It's not guaranteed by any measure. Normally I'd have Canopus here to finish that off. Backup strategies? None. Okay, you start dealing with this one. Hopefully it gets a stun. Didn't get a stun. I was hoping stun would be there to help them out a little bit. Sword. Tell you what. You can't do that. Can you do that? No. Okay. The nice thing is, yeah, that they don't actually charge their TP from finishing moves. So if you need to hit something, hit it with a finisher. Here, you've got an Aegis. Go ahead and put that on this one. Sabrine's been consistently taking more damage for some reason. Alright, that Wither potentially screws up Blood Price a little bit, but alright. Oh boy, that's funny. Okay, so there's one knight in the way right now. As long as we get that knight out of the way, both berserkers should be able to... No, never mind. The way's blocked now. Block, slash, etc. And you're sure Sonic Blade doesn't hit? Okay. Just making sure. Because I could have sworn that would work. Let's move you up here. He's a bit more resilient than the others, so we should be fine up there. Actually, if we're going to end up taking longer on this fight, we might not get to the very finish today. Dang it! 4 was looking like such a good number. Let's put you there. Avoid taking that card. Come on, crit, 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 crit! Would have taken him off the cliff. Looks like a Vigorous. Yeah. I don't want to move him here, but whatever. Okay, Dragoon's out of the way. Come on, survive. Survive! Hoping they would survive and get that attack off so they could finish off that stupid chicken. Because they're starting to get their TP built up, and if they get a stone circle off, we are in a massive bit of trouble. He's fully healed now, the douche. And he's still getting more turns. Stupid turbo chicken. Okay. That's why I was saying you want them gone early. Ideally, I think going forward, it might be worth picking up max TP up by that point, so that they can be finished off with one attack. I'm going to move Fulkert up here, so that he can just push down Hanzo. If I can get him down to the lower bit, I can just finish him off with spears. Tell you what. I'm going to go for a blood price. Tell me. You want to finish off the healer? Okay, healer's a guaranteed kill. On Hanzo it isn't, so take out the healer. The other one should hold back a little bit more. They're still going to be within range. Crap. Whatever, fair trade. Okay, so we're not going to be able to go for the speed win on this one. Especially not with that kind of nonsense going on. You stun this chicken. Actually, no, he's already stunned. Just give him a good old stabbing. Aegis on Denim. You stun this birdie. By the way, yes, that was a 60% difference between the spear, between the spear and the shield. It's absolutely worth stun bashing things. From Sonic. And he still has really high health, so he'll be able to build up from there. Still a good chance that we can finish him off. This particular route doesn't give you access to haste in any particular variety, or in any variety whatsoever. Who needs particulars? He's got TP. If I can get a dive-bolt turn, that'd be very good. Leave him here to recover a little faster. By the way, it's not actually the number of turns that decides whether or not you end up getting out of a debuff or whatever. It's specifically a cost attached to your RT. So technically speaking, the longer turns you take, the faster you'll... I mean, the fewer turns you'll technically need to get away from a particular debuff. So it depends on which one works better for you at the time. Both are kills. This one's guaranteed, except it isn't because he's stunned. Beautiful! Please go for healing a birdie. No. We're getting Hanzo. As long as he's still nearby Denim, it's a guaranteed kill. His Blood Price plus Sonic Blade will finish him off. Alright, stun the birdie. Except you can't because you don't have a stun. Okay, after the next castle fight, he's gonna get the Lombardia. Need to charge him up more. Yeah, you can't preempt a spear. Then again, I guess it doesn't really hit either. Anyway, a billion explanations later, so how are things going for you there, Mr. Earthsounder? Having a good day? Or did you already go on to other things to escape the long-winded descriptions going on? Poke the birdie. Actually, come to think of it, it might be Tyrant's Mace I'm thinking of, that it's technically attacking from above. It does need the weapon to hit, so that would explain why it would be available to hit from basically anywhere. Right, please be enough damage. It's probably not going to be. Yeah, just slightly short. Okay, Murden, it's all on you. Or I guess this guy. We got a 55 there. Or a guaranteed shield hit. Shields, why are you so amazing? Ah, good stuff. Alright. Bad timing for me to take a sip, but whatever, I needed a dang drink. Throat was getting dry. Okay, sell our vendor trash. Buy items. Now, we should have access to vests. Yes. Give me 11 of them. Or I guess, actually, yeah, we're gonna need... 5 will be enough. Buy a couple more vests. The shields are gonna be fine. We don't need the mask helms. We don't need bracers. We don't need leggings. We don't need actually, we'll take Damask bows, except for one particular fight. One-handed axes, there should be one more, then Labrice. And one-handed swords, I'm actually going to pick up the... Because, yeah, he's 5 tiers behind on his sword. Right. On top of that, sell these Vulture Shields, sell these helms. Some Purified Ore. Get all that on Woots. I think it's Woots and Steel that I need. Okay, I don't know for sure. Smithing Armor 2. Yeah, there we go. Crucible. We just need Woots and Leather. Just enough leather to make it happen. Ah, that nice feeling when you routed it right. Actually, I should have one more sword upgrade too. Is fine, Squidgem's fine. Right, I need mask leggings. Sorry, kind of serious time for a moment while I try to remember everything. Sword, I forgot the frickin' swords. Sell weapons. More of those. Better hammer, yeah, 8,400 for that though. Oh, need to better optimize scrap. Okay, can buy the better hammer now. Better spears, yeah, there's tridents. Okay, 4,900 for each of them. I may have to go without them. There's a very particular reason I'm going for them though. Okay, the twins are gonna get the 2 good spears. I'm gonna quick pause. Because I need to go check on something, because for some reason... I'm gonna go double check what's going on back here. Give me just one moment, I'll be right back. Alright, and I'm back. So, time for the final little bit here. Oh, crap, right. Let's give it a second, and there we go, that's bad. That's that with a little bit of a time penalty. And let's say a bunch of those, some of those, some of those. Or two of them, I guess. Yeah, that's... I mean, that'll be enough for Heim. Anyway. Postern or Southern? Let's just go directly here. All of them will get you in with one fight. One of them's a pretty open fight. They've got a lot of casters and summoners and all that kind of thing. This one's a very, very short fight if all goes well. Sometimes they'll charge forward. Like, honestly, with each of these, it'll depend. The one on the far left takes the longest by miles. With this one, it'll really depend. If we wind up getting stuck in a slog on the stairs for a while, then we're gonna have trouble. But we'll see. Let's get him boost up Denim, who is up to 450 health with that armor upgrade. Actually, the health boosts are the main thing that I'm going for with all those. I should have picked up TP Plus, actually. That should allow him to one-shot dragons down the line. I remember to turn on the mic, right? Yeah, I did. Yeah, the nice thing about this one is they have a leader that'll directly charge the fronts. The one on the right, I believe, was a caster, but sometimes you have to go through a pretty relatively largish wall to get to them. Just figured this one was probably safer. Yeah, never ever take the left one, because you have to go through a wall of ninjas, a wall of golems, a wall of casters, a wall of more ninjas, until finally at the very end you get to the guy, because he constantly goes like behind a barricade, behind another barricade, behind another barricade. The guy is actually legitimately smart, and that's one of those few cases where you actually see the original quote-unquote better AI of the game sticking out. He's stunned. They shouldn't have any heals here. Yeah, the stun, that's the problem. You got your priorities just right on straight, lady. I might have been able to blood price squash from that elevation to the right, but playing it safe. Almost definitely not going to finish this today, unless some miracle happens. Okay, that wasn't worth it. So you go around the side. I just wanted to attack it real quick, just see how much damage it would do. That's for future routing reference. Basically, if you want obstacles moved out of the way, what you want to do is pick up some grenades, which I forgot to do. Actually, come to think of it, yeah, I need to work that into the route. Because you know how previously, well, I don't know how many people knew this previously, but as far as cursed weapons are concerned, they were originally like the go-to thing for removing obstacles instantly. Well, at this point, the go-to is deliberately the bomb items, so the shots, the grenades. So, for example, if you've got spellblades, aka rune fencers, then you essentially can have them sitting in the back. As long as they've got field alpha 1, they're able to just chuck those things, get a bush or fence or whatever else out of your way, and yeah, very useful for that purpose. So I might work that into the route, actually. In fact, I kind of want to do. Kind of wonder what a fencer route would look like. Like fencers and TKs, maybe. Should be able to axe this guy. If they've got any healing, it should go towards him. Now, if walls are really this drastically ineffective, kind of makes you wonder why they even bothered putting them up in the first place. They might be saying, "Hey, wait a minute, that's a rune fencer. He's healing. They're not supposed to heal anymore." Yes, because he's not using heal. They're using Lancet, which basically hurts the user in order to heal the person they're aiming at. Which, yeah, it's actually a very situationally useful skill, but it's one of the few ways that fencers still retain the ability to heal. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and blood price it here. Blood price and heal. I kind of like to think of this as like blood bullets from Bloodborne. You're just like sacrificing health for all its extra power. Actually, no, it's power within, that's what it is. Okay, it's gonna be worth taking an axe to that guy. I can't necessarily spare the time to go see if it's actually gonna knock him onto a prop or down below. It looks like it will knock him down below. So if Canopus gets a crit on that archer, it will be an insta-kill. See, I'm going to say between all of them, this is probably going to be the safest route. They've got no reliable healing. Like, whatsoever. It's like they've got Lancet, which they can't exactly rely on. They've got... Oh, son of a... Did the cat just get locked in the... Oh, no. Oh no, I'm gonna have to pause it real quick to go get the cat out of a stupid situation he just put himself in. Okay, waiting for my turn. There we go. Okay, 1 sec. Let me go figure out what the hell to do with the stupid cat. 1 sec. The kitty is free! Alright, moving on. Alright, I'm just gonna sit there. We have to slowly work our way up these stairs, which kinda sucks. That's fine, won't take too long. I mean, again, the choices are either a crapload of barricades, so obviously not ideal there. We have this one, which just requires you to run up some stairs for a little bit, or the other one where they have healers. So, I'll take this one. Definitely take this one. Just because we don't have to worry about healers, we don't have to worry about the healers running away, we don't have to worry about the leader running away. The leader is just going to go charge us. So as long as we get to him, which we're pretty close to doing, and we've got 3 heavy hitters ready to smack him, there's really nothing he can do. Like, he can help his other people, but he is definitely the weakest of the 3 leaders in terms of what he can actually do to support the fight. Or rather, his team is the weakest, I should say. Like, he himself is a pretty standard knight guy. Oh, crap. Well, now I wish I wouldn't have moved him there. Alright, come on, crit, please crit. I want to knock a guy off a wall. Dang it, that would have been fun. Maybe I'll go for a shield build in the future. It's fun to knock stuff off walls. And let's mow the grass. There we go. So we've basically already taken the 2nd floor almost. And then we just gotta get 2 finishers onto him and we're done. Oh, you made a mistake. Yeah, I can have Diebold go up behind him now. And then Denim can finish him off. Maybe Canopus can probably throw in a kill move if he needs to. Or not, he actually might die here. Is that dead? No, he's barely surviving. Okay, no. He did do a fantastic job distracting everyone, though. I just love how they're probably just, like, picking him up with a spatula every single fight now. Like, oh man, check it out. Did a real good job distracting everybody, guys. They're just, like, reattaching his arm. I only got hit by 78 meteors this fight. And then there was that one time with the space lasers. Still moving everybody into position just in case I'll need to later. That was dumb. Shouldn't have done that. That I should. That'll give him a little bit more power. Basically, every tiny little bit of health that gives Denim gives him a little bit more TP, which gives him a little bit more damage output. Oh, you douche. Wish you would have crit there. Yeah, never mind. He's just delaying for more time now. Either way, we've almost got them encircled. Stun. Okay, blood price, and the Berserker behind him should blood price as well. This might be enough to make this happen. Yeah, that Berserker is the next one. As long as nobody blocks the way, they should be good. Don't... Oh, you suck! You suck! Get out of the way! By the way, remember how I said Harvest Dance is actually good now? Yeah, it's pretty dang good now. Ah, come on! Screw it, you're all gonna get crushed if you're gonna get in the way. There's one. I tried to go for a big ol' innervate, didn't happen. Alright, so Team B is gonna have to handle it. I feel like if we're gonna actually properly time this one, that's gonna be a pretty big one. Whether or not you're able to trap him on time. Or whether you have to do a second round for it. Right. Funny part is, most of the damage that's actually happening now and most of the resistance is actually from the equipment rather than the levels. Like, everyone's set up to just have enough vitality to be able to, like, survive a lot of damage. Like, every bit of health you get is just an overall drop in terms of how much damage they can do to you. Yeah, no, that's a good attack. Forget how exact. Oh, yeah. Swordmaster, that's how we got all that stuff back. But anyway, yeah. So overall, on a damage front, we're still on an equal footing here. Come on, B-Team. Come on. Expecting an interruption anytime now, too. Right. That chick has got to go. Friggin' go away. Knew that wouldn't hit, but at the same time I was still hoping it would anyway. Take your strength upgrade. Vile wound. Yeah, I don't have the health on him to make this happen. trying to catch up to him before he tries to go up the stairs, because normally by this point he'd be gone. He's got really bad RNG with those guys getting in my way. Good. And I'm not using Aegis as much, but I kind of want to try to catch up with speed here. Of course, then he'll take the longest shot in the world. Kind of wish Tremendous Weight was, I don't know, maybe second on the list or something. Just, it takes so long for that move to kick in. Okay, good. We blocked the stairs. They're not going that way. Another unit's gone. Diebold's got a finisher if he ever gets his turn. And we spend half an hour waiting for her healing animation to happen. But for once, she can't actually reach her leader, so good. Oh, no, she's going for the mass stun, okay. I'm gonna think that. Why haven't I just stunned her? Excellent. Not really the skill I wanted to use there, but whatever. That's fine. Right, so Diebold, thanks for taking your turn sometime this year. You somehow got outsped by a knight who took a full move. Huh. Well, whatever works. Alright, anyway. Trident, please hit. Thank you. Finally, she's gone. Man, that lady is annoying. Over here, one more blood price, one more heal, one more attack, and we're done. Then, after that, there's essentially one of three gatekeepers to the end left. Okay, so... 3, let's blood price it up. Alright, come on, give me an attack. Got Sarah, but I'm not sure of her position right now. But yeah, so after this, we have Branton. So he's actually pretty tough in the mod. So much so that he actually could be a run killer if stuff doesn't go our way. He's actually one of the few that still can do significant enough damage to actually break through even well-defended characters. So that one's going to be a kind of slow and steady one. We're kind of getting to the point where regen's not really going to do the trick in a lot of cases, but hopefully it'll still keep up. After that, the next one's going to be the very first fight of the Hanging Gardens. Actually, come to think of it, no, there's going to be 4 gatekeepers, because there's Andorus as well. And checkmate. Alright, so we're in the castle. so now he finds out he's kind of off by himself. So we are going to learn some freaking skills now. So, next TP up. Need 2 slots. Get TP2. And get... oh, crap. Whatever. It's fine. Reflect damage. Tactician. Reflect damage is the big one. We'll add Tactician later. Let's get Field Out 2 on all the knights. As well as give them their siege if they don't have it. Ooh, Rampart 3. Okay, definitely Rampart 3. Why did I not know that that was... should have been available. Of course it would be available. Okay, Reflect Magic on you. Give you another slot, give you another slot, and... learn Air. Instill Air. Or Augment Air. And then he can learn Instill Air after that. And yeah, I guess I'm not going to go for a crew this time. Sorry for the general quiet. I'll get back to being a bit more chatty in just a sec. I just want to make sure I don't miss anything here. Next we got the courtyard. Actually, I was mistaken. You can't skip the courtyard. I'm an idiot. So you didn't think Branton was too tough? I just remember lots of healers and witches for some reason. Depends. Alright, yeah, I think we actually might be finishing up today at the end of Branton, and then have Hanging Gardens for next time. So Branton, yeah, can be a bit of a toughie. Basically, he was always a relatively strong caster. He did a good bit of damage, especially right here. I have a team that's like innately weak to casters. But what goes on with him there is, yeah, he comes in with Terror Knights, so those guys are already stronger. Probably don't remember his team being too bad originally because, yeah, they came in with a bunch of TKs. They folded like tissue paper because, you know, vanilla TKs absolutely sucked. But if you're resistant to casters like entirely, then you probably won't notice it too much. If you've got a lot of healing, you probably won't notice it too much. It's one of those ones that you have to take it slow or just don't take it at all. Because yeah, you fight the TKs first, you break through them, then you have a line of casters, deal with them, and then you deal with all the Fusiliers, which if you're relying on healers, that's another thing that we wouldn't really have to worry about this, but the Fusiliers can essentially do long-range silence. So those will completely shut down clerics, and they have a really annoying tendency to always target clerics. So there's that too. So then he himself is typically doing about 150, sometimes up to 200 with missile attacks. Does about 100 for AoEs. Hits like absolutely crazy, and he has a tendency to retreat behind his many units. So that's who want to just thin down his numbers before anything else. And that's kind of the difference between the One Vision run and the base game. You actually have to fight the fights. Alright, let's see how much boosted your damage is. Yeah, 371. He is up to He's up to almost 400 damage. I love that. It costs a lot of health for him to use, but yeah, no, that is damage and a half right there. In fact, yeah, if we do the shield wall strategy, shield wall and blood price, if we get lucky, Durgala will just simply teleport right to the back of the line, whereas everybody else will be fighting the knights. Then they'll use blood price, and they'll probably use it at the wrong time, which means that we'll just be able to completely wreck them. Yeah, that's going to be good stuff. So I'm going to have to notice to do a little quick attack here. He's going to fly up to the wall, though. He's just here temporarily to provide a little bit of assistance. Thank you for that crit. Put up Last Resort, aka Beef Wall. There we go here. See, ran into a run no V. But I tend to smash each wave as they come. The only time. Oh, whoops. The only time I try to snipe leaders if I'm failing miserably, yeah. Kind of same here. Alright, so I'm going to leave my defenses going towards those ninjas. This is what I mean by there's a lot of lines to break through on this map, by the way. This is the one I thought I skipped because I'm an idiot, but they just look really similar. Okay, she's almost wrecked herself. That's fine. You gotta get through the ninjas. You gotta get through that healer back there. You gotta get through 2 layers of ninjas, golems, all kinds of fun stuff, as well as Valkyries. Not to mention, this one was brutal in the SNES version, because they would constantly be firing down on you, and they would never leave from up there. And this is actually one of the few cases where the designers finally realized, hey, if we give Hawkman units the chance to stick up there, they're gonna fly away, because we didn't bother programming them to never leave. So yeah, in this one they just give them basic archers, so they're gonna sit up there, they're not gonna run away, they're not gonna be just flying directly up to your face so that they can snipe at you from 5 feet away. It's almost like they're smart or something. Yeah, Blood Price Smash. Maybe I should call this strategy the Blood Hammer, because this is basically what it is. It's like Blood Price and then just crashing into him like a dang tidal wave. Alright, can you get within range? No, but you can get in range to heal. There we go. Probably... I'm gonna say Blood Price on her. Actually, no. Blood Price it up now, because you can get yourself healed up before moving forward. Okay, there we go. Heal her up. Everybody's got a full TP bar. Just keep on charging. Man, I really hope this run doesn't get Blood Price nerfed. I really, really hope. Because that's a legitimate fear. Like, no, this skill's too good. Shouldn't be able to just stack down him for strength and have him run around hitting everything like a dang Terminator. Stab. Watch, the main takeaway is that the one-handed spears get nerfed. Okay, Aegis him. Eddard is going to do the same, and Aegis right back. Let's bring up here. Probably should have charged him up, but no. Don't learn the scroll. You fly up here. Hopefully get the golem out of the way. I know I said I was going to put him up on the wall, but there's a golem in the way, and rather than charging our way through him, I'd like to distract him over to the side right now. These guys are just occupying these 2 ninjas, by the way. In fact, rather than aegis-ing... he didn't get the second hit, so he can't aegis back, never mind. Keep going, keep it going. Smash! Would have been great to have a crit there. I love the fact that you can get the Damask Hammer before the end of the game now. Because it basically means you get that sweet spiky mace right before the very end. It reminds me of the Dragon Mace from RuneScape. It's actually weird. Like, that's one of those weapons I just absolutely loved in that game. Like, it's this thing that was a more or less relatively kind of subpar thing in most cases. But then you essentially had 3 uses of a move that let you suddenly do like 2 times as much damage as usual. And it had just as bad accuracy as it usually did, because accuracy was its main problem. And suddenly you're there just like 5, 5, 5, and it's like, nope, suddenly like friggin' 35, you know. It's convenient stuff, Like, I want to say the max I've seen people do with that thing was like 58 or something, which the maximum health you can have is 99, so it's pretty nuts. But it's not one of those things you saw come up very often. Stab, stab. At least they're getting good training. The odds of them actually hitting these ninjas are pretty low, but as long as they're not putting out decoys, we're all good. Alright, we go up here. Murden, you're gonna go stab you a ninja. Stay it. Because you can put a phalanx right here, and she's not gonna be a problem the whole rest of the fight. Because we're gonna be long gone by the time she can get past that. Alright. Mr. Latimer, guess what? Friggin' 250, that's what? Well, almost 250. Alright, 235. And stunned. He is not immune to stun. Blood price again. And another Sonic. This guy has a lot of health. He is one beefy boy. Fortunately, the healer is going to take care of most of that. Here, try to get set up for now. You're gonna take care of this golem. There we go. We never have to worry about this thing again. It's gonna take 2 moves in order to get around. That's a problem. What else do we have that's a problem? He's a problem. Maybe. Get stunned, or don't. Fine, see if I care. Alright. Canopus, I need you to remove this guy's shield just in case we do have to get through them. Put on some Hopangu. Which I probably should have just blocked his route, shouldn't I? Oh! Doofus! Doofus just played himself. Fantastic. Fantastic. Come on, give him my turn. One of those few instances that you can see that the rocks are actually spawning in the air rather than being lifted up. Okay, nice miss. Come on. There's 210. Now, if the knights are able to get a heal off on any of the other berserkers, we're solid. By the way, so quick little mention here. So, who's gonna be next? You're gonna be next. Yeah, you're gonna be fine. You're gonna be the one afterwards as the backup plan. In regards to that whole thing of you only go after the leader if you're failing miserably, that does seem to be part of the design that he was going for with this mod. Because yeah, originally you would just always snipe the leader, and it made very little sense, because they're like, oh man, here's all these standing armies. Oh wait, they're gonna completely forget what they're here for, and then just, you know, kind of immediately give up the second that their leader goes away, as if they all just immediately got that message at the same time. Oh, I just did it stupid! That's the wrong tile! Okay, crap. Well, good going, Derp. Good going, Derp for brains. Okay, that was dumb. Plus side denim should still be able to finish those. Come on. You go over here. Hopefully get your rank 4 in spears. I'm a little bit surprised that we haven't gotten as many rank 4s as I'd like. Okay, just for that little bit of extra health, except I'm not going to get to. Diebold just in case he has to. Finish off this guy. Again, just in case we need to. Blood price and finish. Just enough. Just enough. But yeah, so like with the mod at this point, it makes a lot more sense in terms of how the party would react. Because given how strong some of these leaders are, It's like, if you saw this guy suddenly get taken out, it's like, yeah, we don't stand a whole lot of chance here, do we? Let's see. Jumping. Hang on, I'm looking at that in just a second. I just noticed I went. Can I get TP3? I shouldn't have enough points, but can I actually get it? No, that's a 28. Just want to double check. Okay. We should be all good. So you have trouble playing Valkyrie Chronicles because victory mechanics abuse. I like to slowly wade my way through them. Yeah, it's really funny to see S rank run to that game. Alright, we get Branton with his own boss music. This is where the game should have ended. Because everything with Dorgallo and all that is just kind of like a full straight out Yanus, but oh well. So what we're going to do, we're going to take that area with Elvis. What we're going to do, we're actually not going to use too many Blood Price smashes early on. Now we're going to take one or two tiles short of movement. Go to about here. We need to get... Okay, we're going to deal with those archers eventually, but we're just going to have to deal with the archers and Fusiliers getting free hits for now. They're going to get reflected, so whatever. But yeah, the Fusiliers are the big problem. Yeah, I never thought you'd hear that with Tactics Ogre, huh? So, he's got 2 healers, not to mention he can heal... He's got heal 3 himself. So, as before, they just have to take everybody out at once. We're at about a 6th level advantage here, but that doesn't matter very much. Unfortunately, due to financial shortcomings, we're not going to be able to buy very many ginsengs. They're 2k pop, so kind of got to do a little bit of grinding if you want a big old stockpile of them. But for the purposes of a speedrun, yeah, we're not going to be able to get those. I mean, if you think about it, it's kind of realistic. Aren't most wars a speedrun? Makes sense. Right, he's putting himself forward. If we can get him surrounded by three berserkers, it will be enough to finish him. So we'll have to check damage in just a moment. Because that first TK and that Witchly Lady I need gone immediately. So Blood Price Smash on you. Follow-up is going to heal up here. Okay, you've got 189, he's got 197, so we just need 2 smashes to get him done. But he's still got the resiliency of a heavily armored knight. Blood Price. I think one optimization that could be done here is we could probably save a little bit of health by having one of the starting knights use a ginseng and then immediately put up their guardian force before we turn on Blood Price. That way we can save some HP. Very handy, I want to point out, is the fact that we're actually dealing relatively okay damage without actually having to get through to those Fusiliers. Because just about everybody's got reflect damage on them right now. Since we are mostly running lighter classes, I could potentially... we'll see how it goes. I could potentially take out those Fusiliers early. I'm trying to get at. Let's go here. I'm going to put the squishies up front, and I'm going to have one of the twins use Guardian Force. The main goal by round 2 is to get to the very end here. Actually, wait a minute. He might be able to use Guardian Force without any help. No, he can Aegis, though. By this fight... Let's see, by this fight it might be beneficial to bring in Tights. Just a thought. Yeah, actually, let's... Instead of the ginseng, let's see if we can do this. Ooh, perfect, got the crit. Yeah, that'll definitely be enough. Guardian Force. So that should mitigate a lot of the incoming damage, as well as cheapen up Blood Price now. Out of curiosity, since we have 2 of these now, see what happens if we have 2 Guardian Forces going at once. I wonder if it, by any chance, will double up. I kind of doubt it, but worth testing. That'd be kind of nice if it spread out its damage all over the place. unfortunately, because they have so many Terranites, they're going to be throwing out legends all over the place, especially since they're no longer a single target move like they were in vanilla. So you're typically going to see a lot more of them landing, even if they are only 40% accuracy. Give or take, anyway. So yeah, they do 10% damage, and then they legend, so that's a 40% reduction in evasion, as well as a vertical movement penalty, which also has the unfortunate effect that if you get up there to those steps, he can't actually use the steps to evade you. Unfortunately, one tile off in the blue thing. Give her a light heal. That's fine. That's fine too. Yeah, see what I mean? Freaking 120s off that stuff. Yeah, it's getting very severely mitigated. So if you're gonna bunch up like this, definitely Guardian Force. It's kind of unclear exactly who is blocking what damage there, but yeah, actually double Guardian Force seems very useful. Okay, we're actually gonna last resort it here. Try to cut in here. Just take them down one at a time. Relatively slow, but good and steady. Last resort. Fantastic. That's about as good as that could have gone. So we can turn on whatever last resorts we can, just to boost defense. It's not going to do anything against the casters, but it'll keep everybody alive in melee attacks, hopefully. This isn't ideal, we're starting to get worn down. But still, we're starting to carve through a little bit. We're through about half of this front line. Fusiliers are still in play. Healers are still in play. Casters are still in play. Archers we're just gonna have to hopefully ignore. Okay, we're gonna make a slight little tricky push here. I'm gonna try to sneak him past the side, and I'm gonna try to sneak Novus around the side. Best case scenario, it might buy time for everybody up front to push through. Okay, good. Yeah, this spot, if you get double spears going on these guys, it's great. Guardian Force to keep that sneak going. Not to mention we have control of the side now. Let's get Denim healed up. I guarantee you, so many of these people come and go, and at least a couple of them must have been like, man, what an idiot, they're not using archers. Like, I mean, I guess I can, it's just not gonna work out so good. Then again, you know what? I should absolutely try an archer and rogue speedrun. Man, that'd be great. Okay, good. Use all your MP. They're always gonna use the strongest one that they have available, so you can typically train them out real good. How do I not have field elf on you? Oof. That's not good. Alright. 2-tile move. You go ahead and heal yourself up. Yeah, don't let me forget to stock up on healing items before hanging garden. Because I need to literally sell everything that we get after this fight in order to go get enough healing items to maybe make it through Hanging Gardens and the end. Because there's no more shops after that. It's give or take like 12 straight fights plus the last boss. Alright, we're almost through. The downside of those TKs is that they're essentially ramparting us from moving forward anywhere. Come on, get in my turns. Stop with all those AoEs. Okay, we lost one. Or no, we just barely kept them. Come on. Mirror cover. Okay. Lost Murden, that's okay. In fact, that's more than okay. That takes out one of the Fusiliers. Dedicate some guys to going and taking them out now. Yeah, that's a weird choice. Thunder Beast over here. That'll prevent her from taking an action. This one's gonna attack and run. I'm gonna go back here to heal up a little bit. I want to try to retreat both my Berserkers, let the Knights move forward a bit more. It was getting dicey. They just get so many attacks off. Come on. Okay, take the Grease. That's one less thing to worry about. She's just gonna go for the heal. Interesting. I wonder if I could have blood priced that to make it a kill. Probably could have. Either way, they're going for the AoE heal now. Dumb move, but I'll take it. Because they're just seeing multiple critical units, so whatever works. Stun. Ages up Mr. Voltaire so that he can hopefully go for the finish. I'll be really surprised if this works, but yeah, they seem to be going for light heals here. There's a very realistic possibility Voltaire can finish this next round if he doesn't get iced. And here's what we're building these phalanxes for. So we shouldn't be able to run either. And because of the way that it's facing, it should completely lock his movement. Hopefully. We'll see. Vending Seed and Aegis. Running really short on time. Healing reminder? Yep. I'm working on it. I think that's a sharpshoot. Yeah, it's a sharpshoot. They don't typically use course correction very much. Not sure why, but they just don't. Okay. That might be it. As long as one of the TKs doesn't move back, that's probably checkmate. We'll see. Come on. Let's move you up here. Safety heal. Because if we can't get the kill off, then we have to have backup plans. Gonna try to knock that one down a little bit. Put on Alcolas. Probably could have used Alcolas, gotten close enough to go for a breach, maybe. Yeah, he can no longer blood price it up. Okay. Last resort. just noticed how many friggin' splits I missed. It was like, what, 5 or 6? Or 4? Whatever, one of those numbers. Okay, another TK down. Survive. Ooh. Okay, perfect. AoE heal, that's okay. Don't know how much TP Voltaire's working with here. Oh, he can just do it. He can just do it. Yes! Okay, I think this might be checkmate. Almost. Okay, turn this TP. Whatever, they're gonna go for the heal. Probably should have gone for a kill elsewhere. Doesn't matter, we can push Denim up at this point. Stun. I should get distracted with that. Aegis on you. I shouldn't let him repeat that whole process. A stun. Okay, Aegis on Denim. Probably should have done that on the Berserker, but it doesn't matter. We're going on the heal. How did they get that second heal off on him? Was that that AoE heal, wasn't it? In that case, yeah, I probably should have had Knopus snipe him. Then he wouldn't have wasted his heal on somebody else. Okay, there goes Voltaire. Come on, charge up. You know you want to. Perfect. Perfect. Okay, if we can get one of those TKs to move somehow. Okay, TK moved. Two guys that I have that are good for repositioning guys are no longer available. Blood Price and Crush. There's another caster out of the way. Almost screwed that up. Excellent. Yeah, if I can just move Denim up and get him close, then we're done here. Come on. Alright, 45 billion attacks later, come on. Yes, I know, everyone's got Brimstone. Just go for a heal and charge. Wherever they can do damage, they'll do it. They can do some damage on the counters, worst case scenario. Actually, they don't get counters, they're stunned. Hit that guy real good. Canopus might be able to finish him off. Might have to be right back in a moment. Gone. Just about done here. he's trapped. Perfect. Perfect, perfect, perfect. So we're all set up here, come on. I'll go for this guy. Okay, he's gonna go for a big AoE here, I think. So yeah, that basically telegraphs what we're gonna do here. I need to get Denim fixed up now. Too late. Survive. One heavy hitter gone. All I need is Denim still standing by the end of this. If he's at full health, he can basically just one-shot Brandon. Crap. Another one down. She can focus on distraction. He's not going to be the target. He's essentially going to heal himself up now. You're going to go for the breach. Please tell me you do. Yeah, there we go. Got the breach. Stun and phalanx. Fine. Already got the breach off, so we should be taking more damage off the next hit. That guy's just gonna heal himself. Perfect. So waste your MP, they shouldn't have too much left in them. Max heal. Come on. That's fine. It's perfectly fine. Oh, you dick! God, I hate when he runs into the back corner. Still manageable. Like I said, he can be really, 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 really annoying. Probably sacrificing her here, but I want this guy done. Ooh, Morpheus. Fantastic. Actually, no. Just take a shot. He's going to be the finisher if needed. The other guy shouldn't be able to get to him on time. Alright, go for the strength and yeah. Unless Denim gets disabled in some way, we're almost guaranteed kill on his next turn. Yeah, if we just move him right here, we're good. Don't want her doing damage. He's gonna block both of them. One's gonna get knocked out. That's fine. She's gonna stumble. Both those guys might stumble. Goodbye, Volkert. Come on. Yeah, squishy wizard guy, not so easy to kill off, I gotta say. So he's a pretty fitting last boss overall. A safety heal here just in case anything else is needed, though I really doubt it will be. Sucks. Come on, Denim. Come on. Come on. Who's a good monarch? What price? Typical 250. I should do like 400. Yeah, 486. More than enough. And there we go, that's Branton. Oh, so yeah, gardens tomorrow morning. After that, we are spending the rest of the time up until the end of the weekend in order to finish off the Cerebral mod. Okay, accidentally pissed off my own people there, but whatever. So, that's going to be the pause for the day. Pause and save state for the day. And then next time... Actually, no, wait. Continue on time real quick. I should have kept that Balder. That's a mistake. Buy a lot more holy water. We're going to need a hell of a lot more than that. Buy some ginseng. Buy a ton of these. So we're going to need a crap load. Just noticed I'm still running 2 nights without tridents. Let's fix that. I know they've... there we go. So that'll be time for today. And yeah, so gonna see you guys next time then. Thank you for stopping by, and yeah, get this very, very heavily in quotations speed run done tomorrow. Alright, take care. Bye.